I'm showing you two questions at once here. This is one homework question. This is another homework question. I'm not sure which one you're looking at, but the properties of triangles that I'm going to talk about over here should tie up all the questions you have about either of these questions over on the left. So let's just talk about some of the things that triangles must have. They must have interior angles that sum to 180 degrees. Okay, that's a must. They have to. The next thing they have to have is they have to have two acute angles. They might have three, but they have to have at least two. And that's because all the angles must add up to 180. And if you had two angles that were more than 90 degrees, you'd be over 180 degrees. So those are two requirements on triangles. Here's something triangles cannot have. You can't have a side that's longer than the sum of the other two sides. I'm going to draw you a quick picture of what that would be like if you had one side of a triangle that was longer than the other two sides put together. It'd be like this. They wouldn't be able to connect. They couldn't reach. Okay, so a triangle has to have every side shorter than the sum of the other two sides. And the last thing to keep in mind about triangles, it's not necessarily about triangles in particular, but interior-exterior angles, they sum to 180. Here's what I mean by that. An interior angle of a triangle is going to be something like this right there. Who knows what that is? Let's call it, I don't know, 50 degrees. Now, if that's 50 degrees, it means this thing right here, this angle, must be 130 degrees because their sum has to be 180 degrees. Okay, I know the sum has to be 180 because that's what forms a straight line. So keep that in mind about interior, exterior. Now, a few of the different types of triangles are listed over here. We have acute, right triangles, obtuse, and so on. These can usually be defined very simply. Acute triangles, only interior angles less than 90 degrees. Okay, 89 degrees is fine. 1 degree is fine, but you can't have anything 90 degrees or more. Right triangles have one angle and exactly one angle equal to 90 degrees. Obtuse triangles have one angle and exactly one angle greater than 90 degrees. Okay, it could be 179 degrees, but it has to be between 90 and 180. Okay, scalene triangles, very easy to define this one. No equal sides. Isosceles triangles. These have two equal sides. And one of the theorems of geometry says that if you have two equal sides, you also therefore have two equal angles. Which you might take to mean that, well, if the scalene triangle has no equal sides, that means no equal angles. That would be right. And then the equilateral triangle is the last major type. 3 equal sides. That's kind of what equilateral means. And therefore, if there are 3 equal sides, that means there must be 3 equal angles. In other words, every equilateral triangle has angles of 60 degrees because all the angles are the same and they have to add up to 180, so that kind of forces that.